It was a cold, quiet night in Boston, March 18th, 1990. The city streets were alive with the lingering energy of St. Patrick's Day celebrations, a night of revelry and green-tinted cheer. But while the city celebrated, something far darker was brewing inside the walls of the grand Venetian-style Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. Inside this timeless treasure trove lay one of the world's most remarkable art collections. Vermeer, Rembrandt, Degas, priceless pieces of history, each one irreplaceable. Yet that night, the museum was about to become the scene of the greatest art heist in history. It all started at exactly 1:24 a.m. The museum's door buzzer rang. On the other side of the intercom were two men dressed as police officers. They claimed they were responding to a call about a disturbance. The guards on duty, Rick Abath and Randy Hestand, were inexperienced and unarmed, working the graveyard shift. Their first mistake? They let the officers inside without question. What happened next would haunt the art world for decades. Once inside, the officers wasted no time revealing their true intentions. Abath and Hestand were quickly handcuffed, tied up, and escorted to the museum's basement. The intruders reassured them, saying, "You won't get hurt if you don't move." As the guards sat helpless, the thieves set their plan into motion. For the next 81 minutes, they moved with methodical precision, as if they knew the layout of the museum like the back of their hands. The heist wasn't chaotic, it wasn't rushed, it was calculated. The thieves made their way to the Dutch Room, home to some of the most valuable paintings in the world. They began with Vermeer's The Concert, one of only 36 known works by the Dutch master. They cut the canvas from its frame, leaving it empty and bare, a haunting image that remains etched in art history. Next was Rembrandt's The Storm on the Sea of Galilee, his only known seascape. The thieves handled it with the same crude efficiency, slicing it free from its gilded frame. Then came A Lady and Gentleman in Black, also by Rembrandt. But their haul didn't end there. They grabbed works by Degas, including sketches and small paintings. Oddly enough, they also stole an ancient Chinese jiu, a ceremonial beaker, and a gilded eagle finial that once topped a Napoleonic flag. The choices seemed deliberate but perplexing. Why leave other valuables behind? Why not target more recognizable pieces? As the heist unfolded, one question lingered. Why wasn't anyone stopping them? The answer lies in a critical flaw in the museum's security system. There were no motion detectors in the Dutch Room, and the guards' panic buttons were useless while they were restrained. The thieves had time on their side, and they used every second to their advantage. By 2:45 a.m., they were gone. 13 pieces of art, worth over $500 million, have vanished into the night. The theft wasn't discovered until morning when the museum staff arrived to start their day. What they found was shocking. Empty frames, discarded shards of glass. An eerie silence hung in the air as the gravity of the crime set in. Those frames still hang on the museum walls today, stark reminders of the treasures that were lost. To truly understand the weight of this crime, you have to understand the museum itself. The Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum wasn't just a building filled with art, it was a labor of love, a personal vision of its founder. Isabella Stewart Gardner was a trailblazer, a woman of immense wealth and eccentric tastes. She traveled the world, collecting art, textiles, and rare artifacts to create a space that would inspire future generations. Her one condition? The artwork in the museum could never be rearranged. The layout of the galleries was to remain exactly as she intended. This makes the heist all the more devastating. Each stolen piece represented not just artistic value, but a violation of Gardner's lifelong dream. Visitors still pause in front of those empty frames, imagining what once was, haunted by what might never be again. The FBI launched an exhaustive investigation into the heist, but it quickly became clear that this wasn't a random crime. The thieves knew exactly where to go and what to take. It's believed they had inside knowledge, possibly from someone familiar with the museum's security protocols. Over the years, countless theories have emerged. Some say the heist was orchestrated by a notorious Boston crime family. Others point to a pair of career criminals who allegedly bragged about their involvement. But none of the leads have led to the recovery of the stolen works. In fact, no arrests have ever been made. One theory even suggests that the paintings were hidden underground in an undisclosed location, their condition deteriorating with each pass. The Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum heist isn't just a story about stolen art. It's about the fragility of culture, the unanswered questions that linger in the shadows, and the human obsession with solving mysteries. Will we ever see Vermeer's The Concert again? Will Rembrandt's The Storm on the Sea of Galilee ever return to its rightful place? Or will these masterpieces remain hidden, their beauty confined to memory? As we look at the empty frames, one can't help but wonder, did the thieves ever realize the true weight of what they stole? Because in the end, this wasn't just a theft. It was a theft of history, of creativity, and of a dream that spanned generations. And until the art is returned, the Gardner Museum will remain a testament to both what we treasure and what we've lost. The Curse of the Antwerp Diamond Heist, the greatest vault robbery in history. Imagine a vault buried deep in the heart of Antwerp, Belgium, the diamond capital of the world. Protected by 10 layers of cutting-edge security, it was believed to be impenetrable, a fortress housing billions of dollars worth of diamonds, gold, and precious gems. But in February 2003, that illusion of invincibility shattered. A group of thieves, led by a mastermind known as Leonardo Notarbartolo, executed what many consider the greatest vault robbery in history. Their target? The Antwerp Diamond Center's underground vault. But what happened next would spark rumors of betrayal, a mysterious curse, and a chilling ending that no one saw coming. The city of Antwerp was no stranger to wealth. For centuries, it had been the beating heart of the diamond trade. The Diamond Center itself was a hub of unimaginable riches. Beneath the building, a vault protected by layers of advanced technology held countless safety deposit boxes filled with treasures from around the world. To access it required passing through motion detectors, magnetic fields, heat sensors, seismic alarms, and a key that only the vault's owners possessed. It was considered unbreachable. Yet, Leonardo Notarbartolo thought otherwise. A seasoned Italian thief with a reputation for his charm and precision, he assembled a crew of specialists who were later nicknamed the School of Turin. Each member had a unique skill set, an alarm expert, a lock-picking genius, and a man with an uncanny ability to bypass infrared sensors. Together, they spent over 2 years planning the heist. It started with an elaborate cover story. Notarbartolo posed as a diamond merchant, renting an office in the Diamond Center to gain access and study its security systems. Over time, he gathered every detail about the vault's defenses. His team even built a full-scale replica to practice the heist. By February 15, 2003, the plan was flawless, or so they thought. Under the cover of darkness, the team infiltrated the Diamond Center. They bypassed motion sensors using thermal insulation and outsmarted heat detectors with sprays of hairspray to temporarily block their functionality. The lock-picking expert dismantled the vault's complex locking mechanism in mere minutes, and the alarm system was disabled using a custom-made device. It seemed like nothing could stop them. Inside the vault, they found 123 safety deposit boxes filled with diamonds, gold, and priceless artifacts. But they didn't grab everything in sight. They were selective, targeting only the most valuable boxes, leaving behind less lucrative ones to save time. In just one night, they made off with an estimated $100 million in loot, vanishing without a trace. When employees discovered the vault the next morning, it was chaos. The perfectly orchestrated robbery had left behind no alarms, no broken doors, and no obvious evidence. It was as if the thieves had disappeared into thin air. Investigators were baffled. How had they bypassed such advanced security? How had they escaped with so much wealth unnoticed? But the team's seemingly perfect plan had a fatal flaw. Notarbartolo, the mastermind, had ignored a basic rule of heisting: never leave a trace. Just a few miles from the Diamond Center, police found a trash bag filled with incriminating evidence. Among the items were receipts, tools, and a half-eaten sandwich, not exactly the hallmarks of criminal genius. DNA on the sandwich led directly to Notarbartolo, who was promptly arrested. While Notarbartolo was convicted and sentenced to 10 years in prison, the diamonds themselves were never recovered. He insisted he had been set up, claiming the heist was orchestrated by powerful figures in the diamond trade who wanted to stage a robbery to hide financial corruption. According to him, The heist was never supposed to succeed. It was meant to be an inside job, but his team was double-crossed. This claim added an eerie layer to the story. If Notarbartolo's account is true, it means the true architects of the heist remain hidden, their motives shrouded in mystery. Over time, rumors began to circulate about a so-called curse tied to the Antwerp heist. Members of the crew began to disappear under strange circumstances. One reportedly died in a car crash under mysterious conditions. Another vanished without a trace. Even Notarbartolo, upon his release, disappeared from public view, leaving behind only cryptic interviews about the heist. Some believe the curse is tied to the diamonds themselves, many of which were likely stolen from conflict zones, carrying with them a legacy of suffering and bloodshed. The Antwerp Diamond Heist is more than a story about stolen jewels. It's a tale of ambition, betrayal, and the eternal allure of untold riches. Despite the arrests, the unanswered questions remain. Who were the shadowy figures behind the heist? What happened to the diamonds? And was there really a curse? Or was it simply a string of bad luck for those who dared to steal what wasn't theirs? As the years pass, the Antwerp heist continues to captivate imaginations, a reminder of humanity's thirst for fortune and the lengths we'll go to chase it. But behind every glittering diamond lies a darker story, a story of greed, power, and the price of ambition. Perhaps the diamonds from the heist are sitting in a private collection, admired by someone who will never reveal their origin. Or maybe they've been scattered, sold piece by piece, their true story forever hidden. Either way, the Antwerp Diamond Heist serves as a testament to human ingenuity and the shadows that lurk behind our brightest treasures.